he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Nebraska's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll move the tight end. From the gun, running back gets the give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Makes the grab. It's Mills. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
Fly trumpet! Fly trumpet!
From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Mills. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Huskers are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the right. Inside the 35. Out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Hey, 27, jump.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Mills. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Huskers, once back up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's on. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. To the air, it's Raiola. They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. So now on comes the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Field goal is good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Michigan's offense has the ball for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. So they put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, down the throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play. And that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Barney. Breaks into the open. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Cornhuskers have their offense in high gear. Wants to go up top. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down.
Sneaks into the end zone.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Grabbed over the middle, it's Bell. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Makes the catch, it's Marshall. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, I think back to Michigan.
He's going to throw deep right side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, the offense is trying to take a shot deep down the field. How about the coverage? Knocking that ball away and doing it clean. No PI on that one.
He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? The Wolverines back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Still looking on the move. Oh, he's got a chance. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Quick tempo here for the offense.
And nice job by this defense. I like it. Being alert, like understanding. We've already seen the QB run. Like, we're not surprised by this. Drop back, play the pass, have a plan when he takes off and when he scrambles to go get that sucker on the ground.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Bell. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Let's go.
And the Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got it behind the line. It's Marshall. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. He'll try to tack on one more. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That's caught. It's Hunter. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Huskers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Running to Green. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunky yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's the pressure. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Wolverines. A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's quarterback's ability to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside the spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a free. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs. It's on. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Back to throw. It's Raiola. Fires to the right. All by himself. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit.
Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd and goal, where the strong come through.
Cooler.
The snap sets up to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's on. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the 1st down.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football. So really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
Absolutely perfect. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat double dip.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan, come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the pass
So this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Slithers into space. There he goes. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Michigan. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Running behind that left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
And the Wolverines racing to the line in a hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. New set of downs after the completion. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Up-tempo for the offense. Rides to back and leaps it. Got the 1st down and more. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a 1st down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
To the ground. He's got it again. Breaks the tackle.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He'll keep it himself. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. On third down, he drops the throw. Caught over the middle. It's Marshall. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
The Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Grab near the marker. It's Bell. Touchdown, Wolverines. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Got his man on the right. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Here comes the heat. Quick completion on the outroute. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Huskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Lost to throw again. Grab near the marker. It's Mills. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target, not on the same page.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch.
Oh, he's getting it hasty. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
He came into this year with big expectations, everybody expecting him to stat it up, and now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Off the play fake on 1st down. Touchdown, Nebraska! Fired in from the red zone, throwing the score.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. He'll pull it on the read. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
So as that ball starts to get towards the sideline when they're running these option plays, man, those outside players become more critical. My corners have to be able to tackle. My secondary is going to be much more involved in getting the quarterback to the ground. Nice job by the secondary, by this defense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Pressure coming. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Grab behind the line. It's Barney. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He fires one deep over the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Michigan. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And the extra point splits the uprights and the lead balloons to 15.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
All wideouts, no backs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. But jet sweep pass. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. They'll run the screen.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Oh, he got loose. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He smashes his way through again. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. He ran through tackles like water through a sieve.
And that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Georgia State is getting handled right now at home. Someone needs to step in here, throw in the towel, and stop this fight. They're trailing by 14.
Touchdown, Wolverine! Stealing a score on special teams. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Here's a throw downfield late. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the change impossible. He's looking to pass. Got his man on the outside. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Clark. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Going to swing it on second down. That's reeled in. It's Clark. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't. You got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now. That was just way too much work for little gain.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Keeps looking downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. And the ball comes to rest right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Off play action on first down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Bringing the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to work his way for 5 yards. He needs a lot more than that, but they did get the clock stopped.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his own.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
One more play to pad the stats. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. Sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all-timers.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go in, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity that they took advantage of. They made the plays they needed to make. They put the rest of college football on alert with this win. This is one these fans will be talking about for years and years to come.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.